Thank you. Thanks, Toastmaster Saurabh, for sharing the feeling you had after listening to that appreciation. So I think yeah, that's what appreciation, does to everyone. When you're appreciating the other person, you're not just transforming that person. I think you're transforming yourself as well when you're when you're appreciating the other people. I think when we appreciate, we change the way we approach our life, we approach our living. So I think that's what appreciation. We are transforming the other person as well as we are transforming ourselves as well when we, do the appreciation. So these are some of the benefits like building trust, engaging, strengthening relationship. I think Mohit has his hand raised, so he would like to add something here.
Yeah, I would like to share that last week when we had the panel discussion, it turned out to be a huge success, and I've been receiving a lot of feedback and good points about that. But what is it that makes that panel discussion a success? Is it me as the moderator? Is it those panelists? Is it the preparation? No, I realized that it is actually the hard work that each one of us put in together to make that meeting a success. I was,
Yeah.
I think we don't take out enough time to appreciate, and this is one of the things that I've started doing is like writing down, thinking about what is it that is making an impact. And I have to thank Toastmaster Saurabh, for example, from that panel discussion. The way he was putting out those timer cards, right? Small thing, but it shows such a lot of professionalism when that timer card comes out and it goes away. And the recording has also come out very beautifully because of that. And this was his first or second, time as the timer of the meeting. So that is what makes a meeting a huge success. Like yourself, Toastmaster Rahul, as the table topics master in that meeting, you came out with such brilliant topics which were so well appreciated. So that made that meeting a success. And I can't thank, it was Toastmaster Deepti's introduction of the panelists, which has been appreciated much more than the panel discussion. And it's very surprising, but those are the small little things. It was distinguished Toastmasters Raj Mehta's presence and his asking that question about how many words to write, how to regulate the number of words that I can write. Those participation from the audience is what makes the meeting a success. So I think the message that I'm trying to convey here is that we should take out time to think about what made our life easier, what makes us successful, and then we will be having so many things to appreciate. Thank you. I'll pass it back to you, Rahul.
Yeah, yeah. I think great thought. I even completely second your thoughts. So we appreciate, all those big things in our life, but we forget to appreciate those small little things which are happening in our life. And even if someone is not doing, we can even, value that thing as well. I mean, it should not be that when somebody is doing something for us, then we should appreciate. I mean, we can express gratitude before those things as well. So I think, yeah, completely agree to your thought. Let me again come back to another example. I'll just take a couple of minutes. So I think we all have watched the movie Tare Zameen Par. Okay, great. So what happened in that movie was there was a small kid in that movie, who kept on getting cursed by everyone around him. In fact, from his family as well. He what As a result, he started like disassociating himself from his own family, despite loving them so much. But when someone came to his life, started appreciating his skills, that kid came out victorious at the end. uh, it brought tears to my eye after watching that movie. It brought tears to Darshil Safari as well when he realized that someone was appreciating his skills. So why, that thing happened? Why we cried after watching that movie? Because I think we all are humans. We all have emotions. We all have feelings. So I think we all need appreciation in our life, and that's what appreciation does to you, does to ourselves. So we'll be discussing more about this as we go further into the meeting. But now let me explain the agenda of the meeting. Uh, so Toastmaster meeting is generally divided into three sections. The first section is the prepared speeches, where speakers would be giving out their speeches based on their Toastmasters pathway and Toastmasters project and pathway. The second section is the table topic session where anyone from the audience can come up on this virtual stage and give up a 1 to 2 minute speech on any topic given by the table topics master. Then the third section is called the evaluation section, where all the speakers and role players get the feedback about how they did so that they can improve themselves in the future meetings. So that's how the structure of that's what the structure of the Toastmaster meeting. And so we tend to do a lot of mistakes. We tend to polish ourselves and get better version of ourselves in our day-to-day lives. And so making this as a possible event in our life, we have journal evaluator in each and every meeting. And our journal evaluator for today's meeting is, who is the journal evaluator?
I am.
Mohit. So Toastmaster is the general evaluator. So with a huge round of applause, let's welcome him, Toastmaster Mohit.
Thank you so much once again, Toastmaster Rahul. I'll be the general evaluator for today's meeting. Let me ask you a little question. There is two things which makes Toastmasters stand apart, right? Two things which are extremely unique about Toastmasters. Can anybody tell me what those two things are? Or
One
a
is
guess?
evaluation.
Yes.
Okay, one is evaluation.
Supporting and positive.
I think the comfortable environment which we get on this uncomfortable stage.
Okay.
Peer-to-peer learning.
Yes.
Peer-to-peer learning. Okay. All right. And distinguished Toastmaster Raj Mehta, you were also saying something. Sorry, I missed that.
So supporting and positive environment.
Supporting and positive environment. Absolutely. All right. So those are, sorry, Saurabh, you have something to say as well?
Yeah, so the curriculum, so the structure of the meeting, so it encourages you to improve and things like that.
Absolutely. So those are all right answers, but maybe just not the answers that I was looking for. One right answer, as far as I'm concerned, evaluations. And the second thing that makes Toastmasters stand apart is mentoring. So every Toastmaster is assigned a mentor, and our EC team is I'm seeing a lot of work that is going on in putting together mentors. So the mentors help you behind the scenes. And the second part, which is the evaluation, it happens every meeting after meeting. We get to see what we are doing well. So we appreciate what we are doing well, and we look at what are the areas in which we can improve further. So for that second segment of the meeting, I will be the general evaluator, and I will work with my full team of evaluators who will tell us how the entire meeting went and what could be improved. So the purpose for this role is to evaluate everything that takes place in the meeting, even in fact, not only during the meeting, but even before the meeting. So I'm taking a note of everything that is happening, and I will evaluate each participant on the meeting. And I'll look for examples of good preparation, good organization, delivery, enthusiasm, observation, and performance of our duties. So to help me in my task, I have my tag team, and I'll like to call them upon to share with us what their objective is today. I'll start by inviting the timer for the day. Toastmaster, let's welcome Toastmaster Deepthi with a round of applause.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Mohit. So tick tock, tick tock, tick tock. That is what I'm going to do today. I am the timer. As a timer, I'm going to clock the timing for the three main sections, which is the prepared speeches, the evaluations, and the table topic speeches. For a speech, it's an icebreaker speech today, so the time limit is 4 to 6 minutes. At 4 minutes, I will prompt the word green in the chat window. At 5 minutes, I will prompt the word yellow. And at 6 minutes, I'll prompt the word red in the chat window. For evaluations, the evaluation will be 2 to 3 minutes. I will prompt the green word in the chat window at 2 minutes. At 2 minutes and 30 seconds, I'll prompt the yellow word. And at 3 minutes, I will prompt the word red. Finally, for the topic speeches or speakers, the time limit is 1 to 2 minutes. At 1 minute, I will prompt the green word. At 1.5 minutes, the yellow word. And at 2 minutes, the red word. That is how I'm going to time the speakers today. I'll present my report in the general evaluation section towards the end of the meeting. Thank you. Back to you.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Deepti. And just to add to that, since this is an icebreaker speech which we are having today, I would request everyone to appreciate the speaker, because it takes a lot of courage to come forward and present in front of all of us. I would like everybody to unmute ourselves after the speech is over and make a huge applause for the speaker. Thank you once again, Toastmaster Deepti. And for our next set of role players, I see Toastmaster Arjun has joined late in the meeting. Toastmaster Arjun, can I check if you are okay to take up the role of the R counter or the grammarian? Or both? You are speaking on mute.
I was just eating something, and I'm in a place where I have to get back to doing something.
Okay.
I just wanted to listen to you guys in the background.
No worries, no worries. That's perfectly fine. Okay, I think Toastmaster Deepti is raising her hands. Deepti, can you, which role? Do you want to take up the R counter and I can cover for the grammarian?
Yeah, we can do that. Or what I wanted to share was that can Saurabh, you cover for the grammarian? So except for the part where you speaking your speech, we can cover for one aux role, either the grammarian or R counter. For the rest of the meeting, you could probably double up.
Sure, I can do grammarian.
Great, awesome.
All right. So who's playing the R counter then?
I'll do that.
Toastmaster Deepti. Okay, please go ahead and share the objectives for your R counter role.
Okay. So thank you for giving me the stage back, Toastmaster Mohit. As an R counter, I'm going to note down the number of times we fumble when we speak. So there are times when we take long pauses and make the audience wait, or there are times when we take short pauses and then speak. But these distract the listener. So I'm going to note the number of times that each of us take these pauses. I'm also going to note down any unrequired filler words like basically, so, like, which I myself also use many a times. And again, they distract the listener from the main theme of the message. And finally, I'll take account of all the ahs and ums that we use while we deliver our message. I will present a report towards the end of the meeting. Thank you. Back to you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Deepti. I would now like to invite Toastmaster Saurabh, who's acting as the grammarian for the day. So Toastmaster Saurabh, let's welcome Toastmaster Saurabh with a huge round of applause so he can come forward and share the objectives for his role.
Yeah, hi everyone. I'll be the grammarian for today's meeting, and as a grammarian, I'll be noting down the good and bad usages of English. Also, I will be providing a word of the day. So the word of the day is applaud. So it is a synonym of appreciation, and it means to, acknowledge someone's good efforts. And I hope every one of us will use it in their speech. And I'll be providing my report in the evaluation section. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Saurabh. Let's applause again. And I would just remind everyone that whenever anybody uses the word of the day, let's show a thumbs up in appreciation of the usage of the word of the day. All right, so today I can make few notes as the active listener as well. I don't think we have enough players who can perform that role, so I'll try and cover for that. And with that, I would like to pass the stage back to our Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Rahul.
Thank you, Toastmaster Mohit, and your entire team for supporting and helping us with this segment. So yeah, without any further delay, let's get the meeting forward with our first section, which is prepared speeches. Our first speaker of the day is, so he hails from Chandigarh and he works as a business. So you are Saurabh Shekhar, right? Okay,
Yes.
great. Okay, great. So yeah, so Saurabh, so he hails from Chandigarh and works as a business analytics manager. Despite his busy professional life, he likes to indulge in adventure activities and even set a world record in mountaineering. With a passion for public speaking, he has joined Storytellers family to improve his communication skills and become a more effective speaker. So before we call our speaker to give the speech, I would request his evaluator, which is me, to read the objective of his speech. So Toastmaster Sora will be delivering his level 1 project 1 of the pathway presentation mastery. The purpose of this project is for the member to introduce himself to the club and learn the basic structure of a public speech. So this is his icebreaker first speech, and time would be 4 to 6 minutes. And yeah, so thank you so much. Over to you, Toastmaster Saurabh. And what's your speech? Okay, so expedition of a lifetime, Toastmaster Saurabh. Toastmaster Saurabh, expedition of a lifetime. Let's have a round of applause for him.
Thanks,
All the best.
Toastmaster Rahul. So my speech is on expedition of a lifetime. And today I'm here to take you on a journey of how I have set a world record. World record, you say? So what is it about? So what have you done? How did you get this opportunity? So all these questions I get asked whenever I tell anyone that I have this world record. So I'll take you through this journey. So this world record is in mountaineering. I have been to the highest mountain pass in the world at 19,000 feet, and that place is Marsimikla. And I got this opportunity because there is a Chandigarh Adventure Association here, and there is a president and vice president who are very active members, and they organize expeditions every year. And this year, they had this opportunity of going to this place where no civilians have been allowed before. And there were around 100 of us that went there or planned to go there. Half of us could not make it to the top because of the um, strenuous and hard conditions. And overall,
Altitude sickness, I agree.
we were taking a crew of 20 people with us, and the crew included an ambulance with two doctors, a truck which full of food, and a truck full of fuel, diesel and petrol, because there was no petrol pumps where we were going. And we had cooks with us, and we have other helpers. Unfortunately, we did not have any mobile toilets with us. So yeah, that thing was there. But overall, it was a pretty planned trip. So along this journey that I'm sharing with you, I'll be providing anecdotes and questions along the way to keep things interesting. So on the trip, after the first day, we started out, and during breakfast, it turned out that one of the teenage sons of a family was missing. So overall, around 50 of the people were motorcyclists, and there were many of us in SUVs as well. So everybody pitched in. Some people volunteered to go back and find that kid. It was a real home alone situation. Some even went ahead thinking that maybe he was a pillion with another motorcyclist, and went ahead. So from morning till evening, everybody kept searching for that boy. And it turned out that he was with a recluse motorcyclist who didn't like to interact with anyone. So he kept driving the entire journey and reached the destination pretty early. So my question here is that who was the boy? So in the at the end of the day, everybody, all the elders go joined together and scolded him that he shouldn't have done this. And even though the boy was scared to the core to have done this, he was adamant, and he said that I will do it again. So that boy was me. So yeah, moving on, from Manali, we reached these places in Himachal Pradesh called Darcha and Sarchus, pretty remote places, and we were staying in tents and having these tasty soupy Maggie along the way. And so on the fourth day, we reached Leh, and it helped us to get some of the respite from this arduous journey that we have faced till now. Along the way, there was a problem of oxygen deprivation, due to which we were taking these tablets daily. And some of the people started going back from this place because of their health conditions, but we decided to march on the fifth day. From Leh we started and went on to Pangong Lake, which is a pretty popular lake now due to the movie Three Idiots. It's a 200-kilometer long lake and one of the longest in Asia. And after that, it was time for going to on the final journey, going to the summit of Marsimikla, where we were planning to hoist the national flag because it was Independence Day. Now there was a hiccup. So this place was very close to the national border with another nation with which we did not have friendly ties. We do not have friendly ties with them even now. So, we had to convince ITBP to let us go and provide us the green signal for that. So it just took us 2 hours to do that. So, now I want you to guess which country is the one that we had the border with, which we could not go to. So the answer is actually China, not Pakistan. So yeah, their concern was that yeah, the enemy nation might think us to be soldiers if we are going in such a flock. But thankfully, nothing like that happened. And finally, we took the last 7-8 kilometers of the journey on foot and reached there. Around half of us reached at the top, and it was an exhilarating feeling to be there, even after we reached there pretty late, and we hoisted the national flag and enjoyed that moment. And then finally, when we came down and got to our base camp, we had like the party of our lives. So one and another anecdote here is that even though we set a clean world record of going to this place, we could not get our names in the Guinness Book of World Records. So why is that? So the reason is that we had taken a videographer along with us on the journey, but the videographer got sick towards the end, and he was in no condition to take his heavy camera to the top, and we did not have any recordings. So all we could manage was getting our name in the Limca Book of World Records. But that aside, it was journey of a lifetime because I got to I meet these different people and see these different terrains. And I have seen the clearest night sky in Tangso just before Leh, and that it was the clearest night sky I've seen in my life. And these are some of the moments I will cherish forever. And that journey is etched in my mind forever. So yeah, that's my journey. Over to you, Toastmaster Rahul.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Saurav, for this wonderful speech. You definitely took me back to my travel days when I used to go to mountains, though I've not been doing that for last, I think, 1 or 2 years. But yeah, I'm definitely going to plan my trip very soon after listening to your speech. It's a good speech. All right. What's next? Okay, so before I think we go further, what we do that we take feedback uh, for the speech. So I would request everyone to give their valuable feedback to Toastmaster Saurav, which would help him to improve his speech further, uh, and share your improvement areas or whatever you liked about his speech. So timer, you know that the time is 1 minute, so let us know once that 1 minute is over. All right. So now let's take this meeting forward and begin with the next session, which is table topics, right? Okay, great. So our table topic master for today's meeting is she's a technical writer by choice and a Toastmaster by chance, mother to young kids. She looks forward to being on a journey of self-discovery and self-change through uh, Toastmaster. Uh, so yeah, she is Toastmaster Dipti. So with a huge round of applause, let's welcome Toastmaster Deepthi on this virtual stage to address the table topic session. Over to you, Toastmaster Deepthi.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Rahul. Yes, so I am here, the table topic master today. As a table topic master, I have a list of some random topics that I will give out to people who volunteer and people who don't volunteer. So each one of us is going to pick up one or more than one topics today because we have the opportunity to. We are a small group and we can make the most of it. And while I give you the topics, I would urge everybody to use the word of the day in your impromptu speeches so that you can get used to it. The word of the day today is applaud. So let's um, hope that we pick up topics and speak and also applaud um, and celebrate what we speak. All right. So with that, who is the first volunteer? Toastmaster Mohit. All right. I appreciate that. Okay. So I have 6 topics with me. Would you want to choose a number from 1 to 6? Or would you want me to choose a topic for you?
I'll choose a number.
Okay, go ahead and choose.
Number 5.
All right. So the topic for you today is what is a beautiful reason for you to be happy right now? Toastmaster Mohit. What is the beautiful reason for you to be happy right now?
What is the beautiful reason for you to be happy right now? Okay, I usually tend to think the negative of the topic that I'm given. So I'm thinking of multiple things that are making my life difficult and arduous and hard. Uh, and I believe I'm not the only one who faces such situation where we tend to think of all the problems and roadblocks and impediments in our lives much more than we appreciate and applaud the beautiful things that we have present in our lives at this very moment. In order for me to overcome this mindset problem that I have, I would like to share what I do. And it's a very simple exercise that I do every single day. I ask myself one question, and that is that what is it that will make me really, really happy today? What is it that will make me really, really happy today? I made an abbreviation for that as well, which is W2, M2, R2, H2, right? That makes me remember that we need to find the good things. So I've done that today as well. And for me, for today, one of the things that makes me happy today is to be having the opportunity to be a part of this meeting, to learn something new from all of you. I'm particularly happy that we could make the meeting possible even with a smaller group, which is actually a good thing. It's a good thing because it gives all of us an opportunity to take up multiple roles, to put ourselves in a situation where things don't go as we planned. Gives us an opportunity to learn from all of that. So that is the I still stand by the fact that this is making me happy today. I chose for this to make my life a little happier, and it has indeed worked out. So thank you for that wonderful topic, and back to you, Table Topics Master Deepti.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Mohit. That indeed was a different take and a surprise start to the usual way we pick or take a stab on table topics. So thank you for that. Yes, Arjun. Hi. So which number would you like to pick from 1 to 6? 5 is taken.
Number 3.
All right. So the topic for you, Arjun, is when I look in the mirror, I see. Toastmaster Arjun, when I look in the mirror, I see.
I see. When I look in the mirror.
I'll type it out for you.
Okay, got it. When I look in the mirror, I actually don't see. I realize that I actually see myself properly only when I see photographs that are taken of me. Because I remember a time 2 years ago when I got kind of obsessed with powerlifting, and I fell into the advice of the whole bulking gang, where they say that you have to keep eating and you'll get stronger every week on week, and you can just eat whatever you want. You're lifting heavy. Your body will like burn it all off, and you'll need it, and you'll build muscle and all that. The problem was, in my house there was only a mirror that was till chest level. And so every day, every morning, I would just see, oh yeah, I am really lifting heavy. And then look at like all this like other like neck is getting thicker, like traps are coming out, shoulders are getting, chest is getting better. What I am not seeing is how the tummy is also getting like huge. Okay, like the first thing to enter into a room should always be the chest, right? That is an attractive figure for man or woman. Like, but then my stomach was entering into the room first, and I did not realize that. Okay, I because what was happening is that when I was seeing in the mirror, I was only seeing what I wanted to see. It was only when other people would take photographs of me, and then I would say, "Oh God, this is how I look." And the worst place was always the changing room at a clothing store. Oh God, like Levi's has like there is no vanity mirror at Levi's. Okay, they just it's brutal going there to. I always return from that. I used to return from that depressed. So I realized that whenever I see myself in the mirror, I don't actually see. I see what I want to see. So I have tried to correct for that from now on. Like I have like certain mirrors which are only at like the mid waist level, so that I really see myself in the mirror instead of seeing what I want to see in the mirror. Over to you, Table Topic Master.
Thank you, Toastmaster Arjun. Well, like always, what I was expecting was if I had given that topic to myself, I would have thought of reflecting, introspecting, going into that Gyan mode. But I love the way you made us all giggle and laugh and look at the mirror in a different perspective, right? So kudos to you. Thank you for your take and sharing your thoughts with us. All right. Who's next up? Rahul or Saurabh? Okay, Rahul. So now that numbers 3 and 5 are gone, what would you like to choose from 1
One.
to 1? Okay, great. So the topic for you, Toastmaster Rahul, is what is the color that makes you feel great and why? What is the color that makes you feel great and why?
Hmm. Okay. So I think there is not just one color. I have two colors which are my favorite. So so those two colors are blue and black, and the main reason is that what was the question? Why they?
Which are the colors which make you feel great and why?
Okay.
Yeah.
I think I've never thought they make me great, but I know they make me look good, look smart. So, and if they are they are making me look good, smart, then I think they are making me look great as well. I can maybe take it in that way, and it completely depends on how how you take yourself, when you are wearing something which you like. And if you wearing something which makes you feel confident, makes you look good, which makes you look presentable, uh, then I think it makes you look great as well. Create that thought, that self-confidence in your mind. So I think blue and black, those are two colors. And I think in black, you look slim as well. Although I'm already slim, I'm not fat, but yeah. And I don't know. I mean, my my family, my soulful wife, she has also liked that color uh, when I used to wear that. So that's also one of the reason. And these are like very bright colors, I think. So that's why it 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 makes me feel great. I think these are the only reason I have never thought of why these colors make me look great. But I can completely relate it to when I wear, and I just how I look when I wear those colors. So yeah, that's it. Over to you, Toastmaster Deepti.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Rahul. Um, I think you gave a very beautiful message in while you were speaking about your favorite colors. So I think confidence, self-esteem, all these things are, they're not superficial. Uh, uh, they are just within you. So when we wear something which just give us that feel, I think uh, the esteem part of it or the confidence part of it just comes out. It just oozes. So continue wearing your colors. I'm sure you look great. And by the way, myself and Mohit, both of us are wearing your favorite color today.
Yeah,
So
I can see that. Yeah.
yeah, right. So I just tilted the camera a little more.
And you
All
both are
right.
looking good.
Thank you. Thank you so much for the compliment. All right. So, Saurabh, which number would you like to pick? 2, 4,
Yeah, any
and
imaginary number. So I think
iota.
I
I
am
don't have iota numbers. So,
none.
imaginary.
So
Okay, I'll tell you. The numbers are 2, 4, and 6.
no, I think I'm taking two roles for the day, so I am happy with that. I
No,
don't
no,
want to be
it's
learning
okay.
too fast.
Arey, speak. No, even I'll. Okay, so by the time I am asking or I'm giving a topic to you, rest of the gang, can you think of a topic for me as well? So let's do it that way, no? We'll go round robin. And if anybody wants to double up, pick up another topic, more than welcome. So Saurabh, which number,
Yeah,
2 or
yeah,
4 or 6?
yeah. Two is fine.
Okay, great. All right, so I have a different topic for you. Okay, a very different one. What characteristics make an ideal villain? What characteristics make an ideal villain?
Okay. So right now in my mind, you are the ideal villain who has, put me in the spotlight and given this topic to me. So other than that, I think the ideal villain is not too unlike an ideal hero who has some principles that are guidelines for whatever he or she does, and follows them to the T and does not worry about consequences. So in fact, I would not hesitate in mentioning that sometimes I relate more with the ideal villain than an ideal hero, because they see the world through a lens that is sarcastic, and sometimes a little negative and pessimistic, but we all have those feelings somewhere inside all of us, but that person has probably taken them to an extreme level, and that is what is making them the ideal villain. Having said that, I would say an ideal villain is someone that who overestimates his power to the extent that he thinks that he cannot be you know overcome, and that leads to his or her own demise. So that in my mind is the ideal villain. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Saurabh. And I really don't mind the title today if it makes you speak your heart out. And also, um, uh, I wouldn't mind saying that we definitely relate with what you're saying. I mean, we do play up a villain for ourselves many a time. So you just put a stamp on that thought that we have oftentimes. Right. Thank you. All right. Anybody wanting to pick up a topic
I have
from?
a topic for you.
Okay. Thank you, Rahul.
If everyone is done, I think everyone
Yeah,
is
yeah,
covered, right?
yeah.
Everyone.
We are done.
Okay.
Yes.
So let me give you a topic.
Yeah.
Okay. So topic for you is, if you are standing in an overly long line at the checkout counter in the grocery store, your feet hurt, you want to get home, the cashier is taking forever to scan items. What is there to appreciate? I mean, can you think of an opportunity to appreciate anything from that situation?
Thank you, Toastmaster Rahul. And as you were speaking out or describing the topic to me, my first thought was that I would just leave the stuff or the filled out tray on the side in a corner of the aisle and walk away because I wouldn't have the patience to. But now you're giving me time to pause and think and speak out. What would I appreciate there? I think the first thought that comes to my mind um, of what I'll appreciate there in that moment is the fact that I'm blessed that I have the money to shop. And why do I have the money? Is because probably I have a job and I have financial independence. That is the thought which will make me appreciate standing in a queue. What will also make me appreciate is, or what I will also appreciate is the fact that the tough times are no longer there. We are standing in a queue in person and not ordering online. So thank you for having that queue there and making me stand probably way down the line waiting for my turn. I'll also appreciate that if there's a cashier who's working on it, he has a job. He is working, and we don't have those auto swipe machines, and we are not so much into AI and robotics that people lose their jobs. I will truly appreciate people keeping their jobs. And there are so many other things now when I start thinking um, about what I'll appreciate. I think I'll also appreciate my sense of decision, my sense of choice, because out of the 1,000 items available in that department or that mart, I have chosen a few select items and items that I'll need. So I think appreciation is like going one step further than or getting into like sometimes my partner says that take the next question, answer the next question after the first, and you'll get your answers. I think that is what your question pointed out or brought forth to me just right now. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. I loved your answer. Even I haven't thought of those things which I can appreciate. I was just thinking what is there to appreciate. Maybe I get to speak to people who are there in the queue. But I think that's one thing, but you have taken it to a very different level and very good things you have talked about. So yeah, I loved your answer. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. So, does somebody feel like taking up another topic, or should I pass on the baton back to Toastmaster Rahul?
No, I will take another topic.
Okay, sure. So, I have two numbers, 4 and 6.
I will take 4.
Okay, but I feel like giving you 6.
Okay, give me 6.
Okay. So the topic for you, Toastmaster Arjun, is: would you rather relive the past or know the future? Would you rather relive the
Oh,
past?
I think.
Hmm.
Oh, okay. Would you rather? I think I missed you for a second. Would you rather relive the past or?
Or know your future?
Okay. If I wanted to, if I wanted to wave this off, through a seemingly non-answer in a very profound kind of way, I would probably say I would want to do neither much. I would prefer to live in the present because the present moment is a gift. That is why it is called the present. No. I would say that if I had the appropriate audience, but no, I have always been a very non-nostalgic person. Uh, Whenever I look at my past, I always am filled with horror, and I am always like depressed, and just, I'm just always very, very sad that I just didn't know all these things. I didn't understand the world properly. There have been some many good years, and I've gotten some good stories out of them. But I have always been a forward-looking kind of person, where my vision of the future is, okay, at least I won't do that again, or at least that is never going to happen to me again. So, but I really don't even want to know my future either, because then what's the fun? Who wants to know the future? I guess it's different for people with kids, because they want to know. I think that definitely changes your perspective. But I am of the opinion that I don't want to know my future. Uh, yeah, okay, but yes, certain things I do want to know, like all the trivial stuff, which actually is actually more important than people will give it credit for. Like whether I will lose my hair, when will my back start troubling me, when will my, like, I already have a bad ankle, is that ever going to get okay? Uh, am I going to get some kind of ticking time bomb disease? Yeah, all these things I want to know. Uh, when my hair will start getting white. Yeah, so all these things I want to know. But other than that, in terms of life stuff, I don't want to know. Yeah, health stuff I do want to know. Because that scares me. Because what if this is the last year that I get to run? That motivates me to actually use it as long as I have it. So yeah, I would prefer to know my health outlook.
Okay, thank you, Arjun, for narrowing it down for us. Not only would you want to know about the future, but only about the health aspect of it. And there are also all the things which will go wrong in the health. Not that, you would probably be an adventure kid like Toastmaster Saurabh and climb the Everest or move on to the base camp. Not those things, huh? You want to know when will your um, hair turn white and you probably might end up losing. But nevertheless, all right.
Mhm.
Great. Thank you. So, thank you, everybody. What I'd like to call out here is that the table topics today are from this book that I got as a gift from someone who got it as a gift. And I really like it because uh, I can show you a page. It basically has an affirmation on top, and then I'll send a picture in the WhatsApp group. So, and then it
You
has
see the you couldn't see the name of the book. What is the name of the book? The Greatest Self-Help
book
Book by.
is the one that is written by you, and it's a daily journal book by Wex King and Kaushal.
Uh,
Yeah,
oh,
yeah. So it's each page has an affirmation and it has 2 or 3 questions. The first one is about what is the color that you're feeling for that particular day. So there are times when, and I've actually started associating myself with color. So on days when I'm feeling gloomy, I tend to write different shades of gray. Sometimes I write light gray, dark gray, and on days when I'm anxious, I give a different shade of red, and I've invented my own colors. So it's nice, and then it has questions like these, that if you were to see yourself in the mirror, what would you say to yourself? And what is the one thing you appreciate about yourself today? So those are the kind of things that this journal is teaching me, and it's quick and it's nice, and I like it. So thank you for participating with me in the table topic session today, so that I could give you a glimpse of the kind of questions I answer almost every other day. Thank you, and back to you, Toastmaster of the day, Rahul.
Thank you, Toastmaster Deep. Thank you. Okay, so in the first part, we understood what appreciation is and the benefits of appreciating others. Now let's discuss if appreciation is just restricted to recognizing others' efforts and attributes. I think certainly not, as per me, because the biggest thing we should appreciate is our own life. So let me take my own life example here. Uh, I lost my beloved wife in 2021 in the second wave of COVID. I lost my newborn son as well. So there was nothing left for me in this world. I was in pain. And I think it was natural in the period of grief. But I also realized that I can't stay in that zone, in that condition for so long, for myself and also for the people around me. Then I started thinking that, okay, now what is there for me to appreciate in this life? Maybe can I be grateful for this pain or not? Or how can I utilize this pain in a productive way? So I thought that maybe, instead of making this pain make me wounder, let this pain make me wiser, maybe utilize it in a productive way. So this pain has taught me a lot. This pain has actually taught me to appreciate this life, people around me, because I realized that this life is short. It is uncertain and it is unpredictable. So then I started, appreciating this life. I started appreciating the wonderful people who are part of my life. And I tried my best to appreciate even small or big things, I have in life. Although I'm not perfect, I'm still trying it. But I think, yeah, that's what I've learned from that incident, that event which has happened. So yes, apart from appreciating others, recognizing others, we should definitely appreciate our life as well. And what else we can appreciate? What else we can appreciate? Anybody would like to try?
I think the most beautiful thing is what you just said. We need to learn to appreciate ourselves. We just tend to forget it. So our own efforts, we take ourselves for granted, I think.
Yes.
Uh,
Toastmaster Mohit, what else we can appreciate?
I think nature is one thing that we must appreciate. We don't do that enough, I believe. But our best ideas, our health is all tied with nature. So when we take a walk, for example, that gives us tremendous ideas, and it helps us overcome such massive sort of difficulties which we otherwise rack our brains with for hours. So I personally like to appreciate nature and a lot. Thank you.
Okay, good. I think I agree to that. We should definitely appreciate the nature as well. But what I thought that apart from appreciating others' life, one thing which we should definitely do is we should appreciate ourselves. We all want to get, yeah, Toastmaster Saurabh, he has something to say. I'll cover that after this.
Yeah, so from your speech, I think I would like to appreciate your courage as well, Toastmaster Rahul. I think what you have been through is, one of the most difficult things a person can go through. And, it takes a lot of courage to move on and to, get your life back on track. And I think that's a great thing to do. Yeah, I think don't have the words to describe.
Okay, that's fine. Thank you. Thank you. So yeah, so I was saying, yeah, I mean, we all want to get appreciated, but I think another thing is that, do we appreciate ourselves often or not? That's the question. I mean, if we don't appreciate ourselves, so I mean, we can't expect others to appreciate us. So it's important that we should first appreciate ourselves. Then, I mean, then we are not dependent on others to appreciate ourselves. So that's when you're talking about self-esteem. So if we have things to appreciate ourselves, it definitely, it creates that self-confidence. It, increases, it creates that self-esteem in you. And I started, practicing this gratitude. So I thought, what are the ways? So I'm also reading this book, Power of Appreciation. So all these thoughts are coming from that book. So it says that, if you want to be appreciate yourself, you have to identify the qualities and attributes that make up who you are, and cherish them and feel a deep sense of gratitude for them. So I know it is not easy to write down your qualities, but I tried, and that's how you can be grateful for yourself. You can appreciate yourself. So you can always try to write down the qualities and traits, which you have in you, and then think about why you are grateful for all those qualities and traits. And if you're having a hard time like coming up with those things, I mean, you can think of like what your family or friends have said about you over the years, what your colleagues like about you, and think about the qualities you appreciate in your friends, and those might be the qualities you possess in yourself. So yeah, so we should definitely appreciate others, we should appreciate the life, and we should appreciate ourselves as well. That's the most important thing. So I'm trying that. Now let's move to the third section of the meeting, which is the evaluation section. And this is perhaps the most important round of Toastmasters meeting. Here, constructive feedback will be given to all the speakers over how the meeting was conducted, so that members can improve themselves. And for this section, I would like to invite our journal evaluator, Toastmaster Mohit, to help us conduct this entire section. So let's welcome Toastmaster Mohit.
Thank you, Toastmaster Rahul. It was indeed a very well conducted session on the power of appreciation. So let's have another round of applause for Rahul. Thank you so much for that. So this is the last segment of our meeting, which is called the evaluation segment. We've had a prepared speech by Toastmaster Saurabh today, and we'll start with the evaluation for the prepared speech, and then we move on to the overall evaluation for the meeting. So for the prepared speech, Toastmaster Saurabh was evaluated by Toastmaster Rahul Ray. I would like to invite Toastmaster Rahul on the stage to share the evaluation for Toastmaster Saurabh. So over to you, Rahul.
Thank you, Toastmaster Mohit. All right. So Toastmaster Saurabh gave his icebreaker on expedition of a lifetime. So first of all, I would like to congratulate him for completing his first speech. What I love about your speech, that I think you spoke in depth of your expedition, your travel journey to, I think, Marmikela. That was the place, I think. The world record you have set. So I liked, I think, that plot which you have shared with all of us. I was engaged. I definitely, it kept me hooked to your story, because there was a curiosity as well in your speech when that little boy was missing and people were searching him from morning till night. So that, yes, I wanted to know, okay, who was that boy? So you were asking questions, and then again you tell that, okay, so that boy was Saurabh himself. Then again, there was another curiosity when you were talking about which country's border was that, which was China. So I think yeah, those were a couple of the examples of which kept me hooked to your story, and I wanted to know more. Okay, what is coming next? So what is coming next? So there was a transition as well in your travel journey, how you started, and the number of days it was journey was, where you stopped, and then there was a transition that you have to take an approval from the ITBP people. So that was a transition which I liked. You have shared. Uh, Another thing which I liked in your speech, I think there was a clarity. It was easy to understand which everything which you were sharing with us. I liked some good words like arduous. So I think this is not a feedback or something I should share. Maybe grammarian would share it. But I liked a couple of words which you shared in your speech. So overall, it was a great speech, and I would like to congratulate you once again, and all the best for your future speeches as well. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Rahul. Toastmaster Rahul followed a CRC approach, which is commendation, recommendation, and then followed by commendation again. That's the recommended way to evaluate someone so they feel encouraged to give more projects and more speeches. So thank you, Toastmaster Rahul, for a beautiful evaluation. So next up, we will have the different role players come forward and share their feedback. But before that, let me take a moment to wear the table topics, speeches, evaluators role as well for today and share some of the points that I've noted. I was the first speaker, so I'll be happy for any one of you to share with me what you liked or about my table topic and what I could do better. But I'll start with the second one, which was Arjun's table topic. So in particular, I like the sense of humor that Arjun brings in. Only recommendation I would have is to make your speech more succinct and simpler for the audience to understand. You've also given another table topic, so kudos for taking up two table topics, and I'll club the second thing that I noted from your second table topic speech. That's where I realized that you're speaking as you're thinking, and that's probably something that we will end up doing because the topic is given to us right now. But I would suggest, and I would sort of urge or force you to think on the lines of still trying to structure the table topic. You can use the initial 20 to 25 seconds that we get to structure the table topic, and then have an opening, body, and close, which brings structure to any speech. I say that because I tended to speak my thoughts as they were coming in my mind, and your spouse wouldn't always appreciate that, or you could get caught in the wrong sort of trap if you end up doing a lot of that. So I have to share that with you. Now, moving on to the next table topic speaker, Rahul. Rahul's message was simple and to the point. And I would again encourage Rahul also to use the 20 to 30 seconds to structure your speech so that you can be more effective and you can put your message across in an even stronger manner. Saurabh was the next table topic speaker. Kudos to your sense of humor. I like the start of your table topics where you put the table topics master on the spot and called her the villain for you at that moment. So that brought that something different in the beginning of the speech actually grabs the attention of the audience, and you did that. So we were all ears when you were speaking. And I have to also appreciate that your speech was very well organized. So this is an example of how you can organize and structure a speech. Saurabh's speech had a clear message at the end as well. And the topic was given to him right now. So something for all of us to learn. Now, next table topic speaker was Deepti. And Deepti's topic was about what is it that you can appreciate if you're standing in a long queue in a grocery store. And Deepti brought in a unique kind of example. So, in any speech, there are three things that I've learned that add value or make it memorable. One is emotion, second is novelty, and third is stickiness. So, if you try to, whenever you're speaking, try to include these three things and you will have a hit performance. Deepti's speech was novel in a sense and brought in new different ideas. So kudos to Deepti for that. I believe I've covered everyone. I would request if anyone can come forward and share if you had any observations from my table topic speech. Anyone can take a crack at it. I'll be happy to hear. Okay, never mind. That's fine. Thanks. But that is what my observations were on the table topics speeches today. So thank you. I hope those were useful. I'll move on to the next segment now, which is the evaluations overall. So I would like to call upon my tag team for that, starting with the timer, Toastmaster Deepti. Please come forward and share your report.
Right, thank you, Toastmaster Mohit. I'm pasting the timing, the clocked timing in the chat, and also I'll read out the same. So our prepared speaker today was Toastmaster Saurabh, and his speech timings were 4 to 6 minutes. It was an icebreaker, so he took around 5 minutes 30 seconds, which is great utilization of your time, Toastmaster Saurabh. The sequence of table topic speakers is like this. Mohit took 2 minutes 29 seconds, Arjun 2 minutes 20 seconds, Rahul 1 minute 34 seconds, Saurabh 1 minute 17 seconds, Deepti 2 minutes 8 seconds, and Arjun the second time around 2 minutes 22 seconds. So awesome use of the time during the table topic section. An evaluator, as an evaluator, Toastmaster Rahul spoke for 2 minutes and 9 seconds, which is again a great use of time. And that's the report that I have. Back to you, Toastmaster Mohit.
Thank you, Toastmaster Deepti. I think one very excellent tip that Deepti has shared is the utilization of time. Deepti mentioned that Toastmaster Saurabh with 5 minutes 30 seconds has used his time effectively. So it's a common mistake that we make, that if it is a 4 to 6 minute speech, we tend to close at 4 minutes or 4 minutes 30. Remember that you've got a 4 to 6 minute speech and you have some 30 seconds buffer as well. So try to make the most of the time that you have. Don't finish too soon. While you don't want to be disqualified, you don't want to finish too soon as well. This is a great tip that I've got from my international speech contest mentor as well. So thank you, Deepti, for reiterating that. Now I would like to call upon our R counter for the day. And I'm actually okay. Okay? It's Deepti again as well. Okay, so. Yeah. I would like to invite you once again, Deepti, for sharing the R count report.
Sure. Thank you, Toastmaster Mohit. And I tried to make a lame attempt at what you had shared last time around as an R counter report, because I really appreciate the format and I'd like to improve it further. I'll pick up the R counter role next time as well. So, according to the report that you shared last time, this was the general structure. And a higher score basically means that we need to improve more. So higher the score, directly proportional are speech pauses and crutch words and our counter basically report. So the reason that my number shows a 0 is not because I was flawless, but it was only because I did not note, or in fact, after a point, I stopped noting down the R's and the ums that I was using while I was speaking. So greater than 5 in any column, and I usually stop taking down the numbers. I just put it as a 5. So for the meeting today, I was the highest scorer, and I will also take a screenshot of this report and post it against the one that we tracked last time so that we know the trend that we are following. And I will urge, that is what I want to continue doing for a couple of meetings, upcoming meetings, so that we get to see our graph, whether it's going up or down. And I think that will probably help us. So this is the report, and those are my thoughts about the R Counter report. Back to you, Toastmaster of the day, General Evaluator, Toastmaster Mohit.
Thank you, Deepthi. Thank you for putting out this report, which is really going to be helpful for all of us. So ahs and ums actually act as like speed breakers to our speech, and such measuring it is the first step in improving ourselves. So thank you for that once again. I would now like to move on to our grammarian for the day. Toastmaster Saurabh, would you please come forward and share your report?
Yeah, thanks, Toastmaster Mohit. So, as a grammarian, I had given a word for the day. It was slightly easy given the last minute role, and I think most of us were able to use the word in our speeches. Along with that, think I am in presence of multiple seasoned members, so there was many good usages and hardly any bad usages of English. So quickly, I can mention a few. So Mohit used some good words like tremendous, urge, grab attention, unique, novelty, stickiness, and moving on to TM Arjun, he used a word like non-nostalgic, horror, appropriate, vanity, and Rahul used some words like grateful, productive, gratitude, cherish, constructive, and TM Deepthi used words like financial independence, aisle, blessed, sense of decision, utilization. So overall, multiple good usages in terms of words and phrases. I don't have a list of bad words for anyone for today. That's my report as Grameen. Over to you, General Evaluator, TM Mohit.
Thank you, Toastmaster Saurabh. Thank you for picking up that role at the 11th hour and doing full justice to that role. Now, I next I also noted down some of the questions as the active listener for today. So let me start with that, and you can raise your hands if you know the answer, and then I'll choose who would go with that. So the first question is, in Toastmaster Saurabh's speech, he mentioned that he climbed several thousand feet. Can anybody remember what was the exact height of the peak that Toastmaster Saurabh has climbed?
I know.
Okay, all right. Seeing your enthusiasm, I would let you take it, Toastmaster Arjun.
It was 19,000 something feet. It was not exactly specified, he just said 19,000.
Okay, yes, it was 19,000 indeed. Thank you. Congratulations. Okay, now again in Toastmaster Saurabh's speech, he mentioned that they couldn't record this achievement in the Guinness Book. Why was that? What was the reason for that? I see Toastmaster Rahul hand is up as well. So let's give him the opportunity. Go ahead, Rahul.
I think the videographer who was recording the video, he was sick.
Yes, exactly right. Fantastic. Good stuff. Okay. For Toastmaster Arjun, he mentioned in his table topic speech that something enters the room before he does. What is it that enters the room before Toastmaster Arjun does? Okay, I see only one hand go up, so we'll give it to you, Toastmaster Deepthi.
Yeah, I think when he enters the room, it should ideally be the chest, which should enter a room first, but unfortunately for him, for some time, it was his tummy which was entering the room first.
Yes.
I
Okay,
think
round
for
of applause for Deepti. We're paying very close attention.
yeah, because it comes from my heart. That's how we are. I'm the same.
Okay, all right. Fantastic. Now, Deepti was the table topics master for today, right? She said that she's taken out some topics from a book that she's reading. What is the book that Deepti is reading these days? Toastmaster Saurabh. Yeah, go for it.
Yeah, it's a very interesting name. So it always almost gave me goosebumps. So I remember the greatest self-help book is one written by you.
Absolutely correct. Thank you, Toastmaster Saurabh. Now, last question I have is from Rahul's theme of the day. He mentioned that there is someone who we should not forget to appreciate. Who is the someone that we should never forget to appreciate? Okay, I see Deepti's hand go up again, so we'll give it to you, Deepti. Go ahead.
Ourselves.
Ourselves, absolutely right. Yes, okay, let's have a round of applause for that section that we made possible. And thank you and congratulations to all of you. You were listening closely. Okay, now I'll share my overall report for as the general evaluator for the day. Overall, we've had a great meeting, so congratulations for that. I think in terms of before the meeting, there were a few things I noted we could do better in terms of taking up the roles in time. We had quite a lot of roles not filled in, which created a bit of chaos in the start, and which was also the reason for us to start 5 minutes late. Having said that, we were good at quickly picking the roles and in fact doubling up as multiple role players in the meeting. So that was kudos to everybody who was present in the meeting. The the presiding officer was not present today, and Toastmaster Deepti picked it up, and I think you did complete justice to that role as the presiding officer. So kudos to you for playing that role. You made everybody comfortable, although there was one guest, but it was a senior distinguished Toastmaster as guest, and your acknowledging him and making him feel at home was is definitely appreciated. Then moving on to the Toastmaster of the day, was the theme was shared well in advance. So one of the things that we must remember is that the theme of the day should be shared at least on the Wednesday. We can all work towards that going forward. And there's a reason behind that. If you share the theme of the day very late, then it doesn't get us thinking about it in time. It wastes our time. If the theme of the week is shared on a Wednesday, our brain automatically starts thinking of ideas, and also the role players know how to make the most of that theme in the roles that they are playing. So that's the reason. So kudos to Toastmaster Rahul for deciding the role, the theme well in advance and sharing it with all of us. Also, he did full justice to the role as the Toastmaster of the day. This was his first time as the Toastmaster of the day, at least as far as this Toastmasters Club of Storytellers is concerned. So, congratulations, Rahul, for a job well done. I particularly appreciate many things, but particularly, the way you started the theme where you engaged everyone. You asked a simple question, and you asked people to think of appreciating each other. Deepti appreciated other members. You picked up Saurabh and you asked Saurabh how it made him feel. So in a sense, you closed the loop, which made us understand that yes, this appreciation does make an effect. And when you pick up one person, the other people are thinking that it could be me as well. I am thinking the same way. So congratulations for doing that over and over in the entire role today as Toastmaster of the day. Then moving ahead, the table topics master, Toastmaster Deepti again. Your selection of topics was uh, very well aligned with the theme as well for the day. And in general, it would help us in self introspection and growing ourselves as individuals. So thank you for a good round rounded structure to the topics that you selected today. Moving ahead, my tag team players, Deepti doubled up as multiple roles. Toastmaster Saurabh also ended up playing a couple of roles. I really appreciate that we picked up the roles and we did justice to uh, whatever we evaluated. So thank you once again. I've already given you some pointers and feedback earlier, so I wouldn't uh, reiterate at this stage. But overall, we had a great meeting. I think people are getting to know about Toastmasters Club of Storytellers and our idea of staying firm with the storytelling as the main theme for our meetings, and our club is working out. Like distinguished Toastmaster Raj Mehta mentioned, he's here only to understand how we weave stories around all the roles that we play. And that's giving us ideas and it's telling us that this is working out. So let's keep the faith and let's keep going. And with that, I would like to pass the stage back to our Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Rahul. Over to you.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Mohit, for conducting this evaluation round so well. Oh, since today's theme is power of appreciation, so I would take a couple of minutes and use this opportunity to thank few important people. So I would first like to express my gratitude to my mentor, Shweta, who is a part of Toastmasters Club of West Delhi. She has been a great help to me since I joined Toastmaster. Um, and she's always there to clarify my doubts, always there. She's motivating me to take up roles, and she also like someone who told me to start writing the gratitude journal. So I started doing that after her suggestion to me, and yes, I definitely noticed the difference as well when I started doing this gratitude journal. So thanks to her. I would like to thanks all of you to giving the opportunity roles to everyone to come on this virtual stage, uh, which is obviously it's a very uncomfortable virtual stage, I know, but you all are giving that comfortable environment to everyone. And in spite of the role players are not being available, just with 5 people, we are still going at conducting the meeting. So yeah, thanks to all of you. And I would like to express my gratitude to my family as well, who have sacrificed so much for my happiness. They have instilled so many great values of life in me. My brother, sister, everyone who stayed with me, who supported me through that difficult time. And I think lastly, I would like to thanks to my soulful wife. uh, so if I am able to speak in front of you, it's all because of her. She was my mentor. She was my guru. She was a member of Toastmasters Club of West Delhi. She joined along with me. Toastmaster Mohit knows that. So she was always who pushed me, motivated me to face my fear, uh, realized my potential. So yeah, thanks to her. And I think lastly, I will all leave you just with one thought. And if you still think that we have nothing to be grateful for, I think we should all check our pulse. So, so yeah, thank you. Over to you, Toastmaster Deepti.
Rahul, you forgot to thank yourself. The most important lesson we've learned today. I think the fact that you're appreciating everybody else is the basis of the fact that you've started appreciating the change that you see in you because of them.
Yes.
So yeah, right.
Yes, I do that, but I don't tell it.
I know, and I think you rightly pointed out while you were speaking that it's the most difficult thing for us is to write down our own strengths. I remember once during these office appraisals, we were asked to write down or do a self-assessment, and that is the first step in the appraisal cycle. And when we were beginners, it was so difficult for us that we used to ask our friends to write down our strengths so that we could copy paste them into our own assessment forms, because you really don't know where to start and what to write. Yes, that's true.
Yes.
But having said that, thank you for bringing the theme today. I think we should keep having such themes with every once in a while. And I would like to, I wouldn't mind saying that, I would like to have one of every 4 or 5 meetings which talk about appreciation, which talk about gratitude, about the little life lessons that we have, because these are life skills which keep us upbeat about everything else. There are motivation factors. And like I once read and have heard it multiple times, that motivation doesn't last, but neither does bathing. So we need to keep doing it again and again so that we keep motivating ourselves and keep ourselves on our toes. So thank you for the beautiful meeting today. With that, Mohit, I realize that you're the host of the meeting today. Would you want to launch the polls for the table topic speaker, the aux players, and the best role player?
I would need some help with that, or
Yeah,
I can make
sure.
you the.
Yeah, you can make me the host.
Okay. Co-host, or should I make you the host?
Host.
Okay. Okay, there you go.
Thank you. So I will first launch the polls for the table topic speaker. We have a general form for polls, so it will only show you speaker 1, speaker 2, speaker 3, right? But the names of the speakers in sequence are posted on the chat, where in my role as a timer, I pasted the timings. So in the column, should I paste them again? Let me do that for ease. So Mohit is 1, Arjun 2, Rahul 3, Saurabh 4, Deepti 5, and Arjun 6. Okay, I have the results with me. Thank you. I'd like to end this poll in 3, 2, 1. Next up, I will launch the poll for the best. Sorry for the disturbance. I was trying to play a dumb charade game with my son. Best auxiliary role player. So our grammarian today was Toastmaster Saurabh, active listener Toastmaster Mohit, timer Toastmaster Deepti, our counter Toastmaster Deepti. I got just 2 votes. Yeah, I need more. Great. Thank you. I got my results. Let me note it down. The results, okay. And finally, I'll launch the poll for the best role player. Thank you. And best role player, here goes the poll. Toastmaster today, Rahul. Toastmaster Table Topic Master Deepti, and GE Toastmaster Mohit. Yeah, one more vote. Okay, I got my answer. Thank you so much. I have the results with me. All right. Let me go ahead and announce the results and open the surprise. So the best speaker for today in his row was Toastmaster Saurabh. And the best evaluator today in his role was Toastmaster Rahul. So kudos to both of you. And I think the best competition that we can have is with ourselves. So you guys are winners today, because coming on stage, speaking your thoughts is no less than competition. So thank you and congratulations. Right. In the role of the best the best auxiliary role player today. So from the active listener, the grammarian, the timer, and I've forgotten what else. But the best auxiliary role player today, we can make guesses here.
Toastmaster Mohit.
Yes, in the role of an active listener, it's Toastmaster Mohit. Thank you for the questions you asked, and you made sure that we were all attentive throughout the meeting. Right. Best table topic speaker.
Saurabh?
Toastmaster Deepti.
Yes, thank you. Toastmaster, you want to make a guess, Mohit? Okay, so well, for today, the best table topic speaker was given to me. Thank you. Yeah, thank you. Okay.
Why are you being so shy and accepting it?
No, no. If I start giving my acceptance speech, then you guys will be bored. Okay. Now comes the best role player for today. Guesses for that.
Rahul.
Yes, indeed. It's Toastmaster Rahul for making
Thank
us
you.
realize the power of appreciation. So the best
Thank you.
role player, what goes to you today, Rahul? Congratulations.
Thank you.
I'll pass on the results to Toastmaster Ankan, and he'll soon share your e-certificates. Kudos. So thank you. We can adjourn the meeting and stop the recording. And we still have 8 minutes to go. We can do